Good morning, everyone. Troy with Item and Detailing here. Today we've got 2 detail appointments, but this first one, it's not that big. Let me show you what we got going on. Today we've got this beautiful 2014 Ducati 1199 Panigale S. This is the first time we're featuring a motorcycle on our channel, but this bike has been through a lot. You can see that the bugs are caked on here. Everything is dirty. Carbon fiber wheels, those are definitely dirty. For motorcycles, the detailing process is a little different. A couple of things that you want to make sure. You want to make sure that the bike is cooled down. So right now the bike is a little warm. We're going to let it cool off. Secondly, the tires. We'll be scrubbing down tires, but one thing that a lot of people need to know is that you never apply tire shine to motorcycle tires. That is a big safety hazard, as well as for the seats. So the seat here, this is more of an Alcantara seat. We don't have to worry too much about it, but a lot of vinyl leather seats, you don't want to apply any type of leather conditioner or UV treating on there because it does make it a little slick and it's unsafe for the rider. But everything else, motorcycles, they're designed to withstand rain, water, splashes, mud puddles, things like that. So it's safe to spray it down. So what we have out here, we have our wheel bucket, our foam cannon, our water wash bucket, as well as a pressure washer. Pressure is going to be turned down just a smidge. We want to still have pressure to get in between those nooks and crannies. When it comes down to drying, we'll use a microfiber towel to dry, yes. However, we will be using our Ego blower. The Ego blower will get in between those tiny cracks and crevices in the engine bay here, as well as by the radiator, the wheels, brakes, fairings, headlights. Especially with Ducati, a lot of the new bikes, they have a lot of aero that passes through the bike. So getting water and getting cleaning tools in there, we need to have the right tools for that. Most of the time when we detail motorcycles, we degrease and re-grease the chain. This owner in particular has requested no degreasing and re-greasing, so we will leave it as is. Currently, we're going to let this bike cool down, and once it's cooled off, we'll get to cleaning. Alright, so the bike is cooled down. Let's go ahead and start with the wheels. We're going to scrub down these wheels, and these carbon fiber wheels looking nice and shiny again. Then we'll go down to the front wheel, do the same thing, and we'll pre-rinse the whole bike and foam it down and get it washed. So we're using an eco wheel cleaner here. This is going to allow us to get in between the spokes, but safely without damaging our carbon fiber wheel here. I'm going to use a spoke brush here. It's all cleaned up. Now, I'm using a spoke brush just because our brake rotors are pretty close to the spokes. But what we'll do, we'll go around this bike, and it's a fairly small bike, so we don't need to worry about a lot of work. At the end, what I'll do, I'll go with a microfiber towel, and we'll touch up the wheels, touch up the fairings, everything like that, and make sure that we get all in between those nooks and crannies. Same thing on the other side of this wheel. We're gonna get everything that we can, and again, towards the end, we'll touch it up with a microfiber. All right, moving on to the front wheel here. This one's a little tougher to work with because it is not as exposed like the back wheel. You can see we got double disc brakes here on the front, so it's blocked off a bit. But again, at the end, we'll hit it up with a microfiber towel to get the rest of it. So let's go ahead and work on this one. All right, so we got both the wheels done. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna do a quick pre-rinse. We're gonna foam down the bike and get this washed up. Alright, I went a little crazy with the foam, but that's alright. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to use this yellow microfiber towel, dunk this in our wash bucket. Our wash bucket here is a mix of mega foam soap and deionized water. The reason I'm using a microfiber towel is a lot of nooks and crannies that we want to get to with our hands. Wash mitt won't do most of the work, but it's easy work. Get that microfiber towel on there, get this clean, the sides done. Take it back to the bucket, get this rinsed off. But this microfiber towel method helps us get into all those tight spots that we can't really get to with a wash mitt. So this is our best bet for motorcycles. and we'll continue working from here. Now to the dirtiest front part of the bike. We're going to use this microfiber towel and get all of these bugs off there. You can see them coming off pretty well. You can put a little pressure behind it, get those bugs off. But the front of this fairing was caked with bugs, and now it's easily coming off. Color's coming back. This bike's really going to stand out once it's clean. Alright, so coming over to the engine parts over here, this gets a little tricky because the microfiber towel, believe it or not, does have some trouble reaching here. So we have our brush, and what we're going to do, we're going to touch up these little areas here, get in between these cables and little bolts and nuts, and get everything cleaned up. Let's be very quick, get this taken care of, and we'll rinse it down. Same thing goes for the handlebars. We do have some tight spots, but we'll use this brush to get in between the buttons, the throttle, nuts and bolts, things like that. All right, now that the scrubbing and cleaning is complete, let's go ahead and rinse it off. All right, let's get it drying off. And again, we don't use a big drying towel for our bikes. We use the Ego blower to get in between all those nooks and crannies. So let's pull out the Ego blower and get this blowed off. Alright, so the exterior of the bike is all complete. One of the biggest things that most people forget to do is get in between the areas where you can open up. So in here you got your emergency kit, your storage, but you still want to get this cleaned up. You can see a lot of dirt and debris in here. Still dirty, so what we're going to do, we're going to wipe it down and get that cleaned up here. Alright, so the little area here, the little compartment's cleaned up. I'm going to pop this cover back on. And we'll do a final inspection. Alright, completing our final look around on the bike. Everything's looking good. What I ended up doing was adding a ceramic spray sealant onto the fairings. I want to make sure that the next cleaning is a little easier to do. Touched up all the nooks and crannies. Everything is looking good, shiny. Again, no tire shine on the tires. That is a safety hazard being a motorcycle. But everything else looks great. Bugs on the front are cleaned off. Wheels are cleaned. I'm going to contact this client, let him know that his bike is ready. He's going to come down, pick it up, and we'll move on to the next appointment. The next appointment is, a little hint, another Italian vehicle. So, going from an Italian bike to an Italian vehicle, let's go. Alright, on to the next vehicle. 2019 Ferrari 488 Spyder. Getting a basic VIP done on this car. Got a lot of dust. And the wheels cleaned up. Tires scrubbed down. And the interior wiped down, cleaned up, vacuumed out, dusted down. We're gonna get the front and the rear trunk where the engine is located at, which this one is being a Spyder, so we do not have a glass back. But you can see the dust and everything on here. We'll get that cleaned up. Alright, our IK foamer is getting primed up right now. This battery compressor. We're going to start hitting these wheels, scrub down the tires. We always want to scrub down tires to make sure that the tire shine has proper bonding. So we're going to get these wheels cleaned up. Alright, the wheels are done. I'm going to start working on the body here. Do the pre-rinse and a foam down. And we'll start cleaning it. The only thing we're missing is tire shine, but exterior wash down is done. Open up the engine bay, we got that cleaned up as well. So what we're going to be working on next, we're going to be doing here the interior. Just need a quick wipe down and a vacuum. Let's get cleaning. Alright, interior is done, wiped down, cleaned up, vacuumed out. Here's our little stencil design that we put on the carpet. Door jambs are cleaned up. Carbon fiber bucket seats are cleaned. This looks good. Alright. 48 Spyder is complete. Wheels are done in the barrels. We'll take another look inside. Our final walkthrough, checking everything. Alright, our day is complete. We just completed that Ducati motorcycle. It was $11.99 Panigale S. And we completed that 2019 Ferrari 488 Spyder. That Ferrari 488 Spyder has applied to be part of our Ohana Elite membership, which is our pay monthly membership plan that gets them unlimited details. So we'll be back there in a couple of weeks. We have it set up bi-weekly, and we will be working on that vehicle multiple times. So again, thank you for following us. Thank you for subscribing. Go and check out our Instagram at Item and Detailing. And don't forget to like and subscribe this video. We'll see you folks next time. Mahalo.